that's fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I put the vertical up about 3 years ago. And on day one, I believe I laid down approximately 20 radials. And then all I did, John, was every few days I went outside and I added two or three more. And a year and a half later, here it is. Well, it's been 3 years. A year and a half later, I breached 100 radials. And it was very strange. When I broke 50 radials, no, 60, I couldn't get it to tune on 80 meters anymore. So I must have dropped the impedance at the feed point so low that the tuner wouldn't tune it. So I just kept adding radials. And then when I got back to around 90, 80 started tuning 1.1 across the whole band again. And it's a great performer on 80 for DX because of the low angle takeoff. It works pretty well local as well. I'm very happy with it. I have a very small lot here. We are planning on moving to a bigger location soon, and that's when I'm looking for my full wave 160 meter sky loop with ladder line down to a tuner. That'll be the plan.
Well, I can tell you, at the moment, it's just phenomenal. And I think there's somebody, when I say behind, I think there's an Oscar Echo station that's keen to exchange reports as well. Go ahead, the Oscar Echo from Echo India 9 Hotel Whiskey. Well, maybe he can't hear me.
Let me give it a shot. I thought I heard something also. Oscar Echo Station, do you copy KB2 UKA?
India Delta Echo, Ocean Echo 3, Italy Delta Echo. Good copy. And I was on the frequency, but I left the frequency, now I'm back. You're 59 near the now.
Okay, QSL Ernst, you are 5'7". 5'7" into Long Island, New York. My name is Doug, Delta Oscar Uniform Golf. I am 50 miles east of New York City on the north shore of Long Island, about a half a mile from the water. I'm also in here with John, Echo India Niner Hotel Whiskey in Ireland. I'm not sure if you have a copy on him, Ernst. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, no problem. I heard John a few minutes ago talking about the verticals and the radials. Yeah, you're around 5'8", 5'9". I think John was a little bit stronger. It was maybe 10 over 9. And yeah, I'm using here also vertical antenna. I'm using a 4 square array. Power is 400 watt and the radio is in 10 and 7000. So let's check if John also hearing me. And I don't know whiskey from Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo.
Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo, absolutely nice signal. You're 5 and 9, 59 plus near Dublin, about 35 miles or 45 kilometers north of Dublin. Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo, Echo India 9 Hotel Whiskey, over.
Roger, John, perfect copy, no problem. So taking 10 over here near Vienna is my location, countryside, and the name is Ernst. It's Echo Romeo November Sierra Tango. Ernst is the name. So microphone back to Long Island.
All right, very good. Wow, it's been very, very long to have a DXQ roundtable like this on 40 meters. Unbelievable. I know that we're a direct target for a solar flare. I don't know if it hit yet. I believe I was reading that early this morning. But maybe it hit, and maybe it hit us in the right way. Over?
Yeah, I found those. So the SSI, the flux is 195, so very high. 195, it's nice. So yeah, and that's my early publication. I have also heard, I think it was November 8, Kilo 8, November 8, I'm not sure. I always mess up his call sign. Bob, I've heard him also 20 dB over 9, maybe 30 minutes ago. Very strong signals coming over from the big pond. Very nice. So yeah, we have now here on the frequency 1 vertical in Long Island, 2 verticals I think in Dublin, and 4 verticals here in near Vienna. Roger.
Roger, Roger. Yes, none of us are horizontal, so verticals are great antennas when they're installed correctly. Beautiful. Gentlemen, I turned on my YouTube live stream. So when we're done, if you put my call sign into the search box of YouTube, KB2UKA, you'll be able to hear and see your signal reports into New York. The video will be up there forever, so you don't have to panic and watch it now. And it has today's date in it. Over.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds nice. I opened it and I will list that, of course, a little bit later. So always interesting how it sounds on the other end. So microphone back to that, please.
Okay, thanks for that, Ernst. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to scoot over here. I hear the coffee. The coffee is upstairs. Delighted to work you again, Doug. I see we had a couple of contacts before, so good. It's nice to hear you again this evening. And Solar Flux 195. We may see some F2 on 6 meters soon, and that would be fun. KB2UKA to transmit EI9HW on the group. Over.
Okay, John. Yes, I see we did work before. I didn't even take a look till just now. Very, very good. Well, God bless. Hope you're having a great new year, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Echo India 9 Hotel Whiskey, KB2UKA. Ernst, why don't you say 73? Go ahead.
Roger, thank you very much. Doug, so also, John, of course, happy new year. Enjoy your coffee, and maybe you come back later. But it's still, here I know my local time is 2 minutes past 11 p.m., so maybe I will hear on the frequency or on the band maybe another 30 minutes. And then I will listen on the YouTube stream from Doug. So all the best, having me, and thank you very much also for nice report. Bye.
Not at all. Ernst, did you build a hybrid coupler? Is it a Llewellyn or what did you use for the hybrid coupler? Over.
I'm using the DX Engineering, so it's based on a Comtech. It's a DX Engineering box, and the controller is homebrew in the shop. I made a relay box controlled via software, so I can just click on a button and switch the directions. Roger.
Yeah, no, I have a DX Engineering the hybrid coupler for the 80 meter 4 square, and then I also have a very old Comtech coupler that Jim Miller may have built for me, maybe 25 years ago. So I have that as well. DX Engineering is a beautifully made piece of equipment. Okay, let you continue on with the conversation. I'll get out of here, but nice to work you, Ernst, and good evening to you, Doug. OE3IDE to transmit, EI9HW signing. Go ahead, Ernst.
Roger, Tom. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, very good quality and runs perfect. The verticals are, of course, self-supporting. So with this 10 meters, it's not a big deal. And the peak in the middle, not too windy, so no problems. And I'm running here 24 radios per antennas around. So in summary, 96 radios, and each radial is plus minus a quarter wave on length. So that's the setup here. Okay, then microphone back to you, Doug, to Long Island.
All right, very good, very good. So Ernst, I'm 42 years old. I've been an amateur radio operator since I was 13. But I've been transmitting again for the last 3.5 years. This is the most serious I've ever been into the hobby. I did it as a kid, and then in my mid-20s, I was pretty serious. Then I got married and had babies, and they're 9 and 8 now, and I took about 7 years off. So if you do the math, when they were very young, I wasn't doing the hobby. Love amateur radio now more than ever. I'm very big into audio and ESSB. I'm being a good neighbor, so this is just a 3 kilohertz bandpass, but me and a bunch of my buddies, we get together quite often at 4 kilohertz, 5 kilohertz, 6 kilohertz wide to experiment. The audio, what I'm running here for audio is an Apollo UAD audio interface, which has its own DSP processing built inside the interface. I pair that with Pro Tools, and inside of Pro Tools, I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 plugins: noise cancellation, a bus compressor, EQ, multiband compression, Aphex exciter, Aphex big bottom, and a touch of reverb. I have a full analog rack here as well, but I've been selling it off as the digital stuff just gives me a lot less problem. Over?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, amazing audio. I immediately recognize the NN, so it's very interesting. There are some guys out there running software only and using only the tools inside TTIS. But the sound, it's very distinguished. It's I can always hear it. Like also the TS990 from Chile. There's also very unique sound. So perfect setup, of course. For me, I'm 53 years old, or 50. I'm getting turning 54 this year. I made my license 2016, but of course I was earlier into radio in the late 80s, beginning of 90s. I was active on CD radio, started also to learn for the license, but then a lot of things changed, and then the hobby got forgotten. And in 2015 or 14 or 15, I remembered my old hobby and started and made the license 2016, and since then active. And since last year I'm running the Bachelor 7000. I set up here the microphone is a biodynamic headset. It's a condenser microphone. I'm using a mixture. The rack is a preamp. The equalizer is from DBX, and the exciter is an FX big bottom. How it's called, FX 2 or 4, and from this stuff I'm going to via USB. It's a pre-Sonos USB interface to the PC, and in the PC not too much stuff, some compression and some additional equalization, but it's a mix from hardware and software. So if you're in the Apache Labs forum, maybe you will see once a time my call sign, and you will find also on my website some schemes for DTs. Kilo Bravo 2 United Kilo Alpha from Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo.
Well, very good. I find there's more gentlemen in Europe and experimenting with audio than I believe is even experimenting here in the U.S. I think the U.S. In the 90s, in the late 90s into the 2000s, that's where the infancy of all this ESSB came from. But the European countries have continued with it. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, and there's a few of us that do ESSB focused videos, but there's many people in Europe that are doing it right now. It's just a whole lot of fun. You know, I got into amateur radio because I wanted to play radio, and what's a better way to play radio than with audio equipment? Over?
Yeah, 100% correct. Yeah, I like to listen to good music, high quality music, also with speakers and good headphones, and that's why it was the goal to make the best audio and the cleanest signal, and of course I ended up with the Apache Labs NN 7000 with pure signal on. And also sometimes with the band I'm running 4 kilohertz, but now I'm running also 3 kilohertz only. I think its filter is 40 to 3K, so should be nearly full range. And that's very nice. Yeah, and I know of course there are a lot of guys here in Europe. A good friend of mine, Peter, Hotel Bravo 9 United Queen X-Ray. He's also in his job, in his profession, some audio stuff, and from his handling I learned a lot of stuff. And a good friend of mine in Malta, 9 Hotel 1 Tango Tango, also into audio, always experimenting and trying to optimize the audio, and of course a lot of other guys, but also a lot of nice operators are in States with very nice audio, and always I like to hear broadcast quality and enjoy the transmission with the headphones, and also sometimes with noise reduction, but your signal is very strong, so no problem, no noise reduction needed. So yeah, the amplifier I'm running is a linear amp Gemini Hotel Foxtrot 1 kilo. It's a MOSFET amplifier from United Kingdom. Peak power is around 1 kilowatt, and I'm running it with around 6 or 7 watts input, so output is around 420 watts. So that's the complete setup. Tak, Kilo Bravo 2 United Kilo Alpha, Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo.
All right, very good, Ernst. Very good. My friend is now also on frequency. I believe he copies you. I'm going to pass it to him real quick, and let's see if you hear him. Whiskey 4, Delta Oscar Mike. Dominic, do you copy?
Yeah, Doug, I got a copy on your W4DLM, and the other gentleman's in there. He's 5x5 by here, man.
Ernst, do you copy Dominic?
Delta Oscar Mike, also 55 here near Vienna. The handle is Ernst, Echo Romeo November Sierra Tango. Ernst is the name. Whiskey 4 Delta Oscar Mike, Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo.
Alright, very good. I didn't get the whole call or your name. I had 2 static crashes come in during that time. This is Whiskey 4 Delta Oscar Mike. The name is Dominic, or Dom as you prefer. I'm located just north of Columbia, South Carolina. And you're 5x5 also. Go ahead.
Roger, Dom. So the call sign is Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo. Alpha Echo 3 Italy Delta Echo. Yeah, same here. I have also sometimes QM. So signal is good. Audio sounds perfect. Clear audio, no problem. So that's the most important thing. If the signal is a little bit down, if the audio is good, it's still a very, very nice readable. Whiskey 4 Delta Oscar Mike Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo.
Alright, very good, very good. Alright, I appreciate you coming back to me. How do you pronounce your first name? Is it Ernst?
Roger. It's a German version of Ernest. It's in German a little bit shorter. It's Echo Romeo November Sierra Tango Ernst, but also the international version. Ernest is okay, no problem, Roger.
QSL, very good. Alright, thank you, Ernest. You have a good day, and I'll pass it back over to GB2 UKA. Go ahead there, Doug, W4DL.
All right, Roger. Well, I'm glad you two were able to copy each other. Unfortunately, I have to leave. I have to go pick up my daughter at her gymnastics class. I got to leave in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to go upstairs and clean myself up. Ernst, it was a pleasure speaking with you. I believe this is our first QSO. I'm just double checking here. I'm not a big DX worker. I don't chase it. But when I hear you guys, I always give you this is our second contact, Ernst. We spoke on 20 meters back in October of 2020. I only had about 30 radials then, Ernst, and it still worked. But I think this is a much better signal report this time around. So I'll say 73, Dom. I'll talk to you on signal. But go ahead, Ernst, pick it up.
Roger. Yeah, correct. October 20 on a 20-meter band, and the film is a confirmation by a logbook of the world, so that's fine. And this 2020 I was with the old radio, with the Eco Fox Tango 2000, also nice radio for good audio, but of course the Allen phone is a little bit better HI. So I will also leave the frequency and I'll take a look what's going on. I see some spots in the cluster, and maybe I'll try Congo, I think, and November 8 kilo. first departure here from my location. So, Don, all the best, 73, and Doc, also thank you very much for nice chat. And if you take a look in the Petrolets community, in the Petrolets forum, so maybe you will see my call sign sometimes, and also on my website. Very easy, it's my callsign.com, Oscar Echo 3 India Delta Echo.com. Some schemes, some improvements for TTs on the way. Doug, all the best, 73, have a good one, bye-bye.
All right, 73, and please, Ernst, take a look at the YouTube channel. It's going to be very cool for you to hear your signal into New York. All right, guys, take care. This is KB2 UKA QRT.
All right, Douglas, see you later.
Kilo Delta 2, Delta Mike Romeo.
All right, thanks for the contact. I went in and logged in. I see it's confirmed. Thanks.